In this video, we are going to play Un Éléphant. So make sure your ukulele is all tuned and let's get started. Un Éléphant has 4 chords in it. 2 of them are 1-finger chords, pretty straightforward, and then the other is F and G. So let's review those chords really quickly. The first one is C, and should sound like that. And the second 1-finger chord is A minor. F is the next chord, which isn't very far. So you just take your A minor, and then you're going to add your first finger in the first fret of the E string. And then you've got G7. And I think G7 in this song is probably the easiest way to go because your finger is already there from your F, and all you're going to do is pivot backwards and move your fingers over to play the G7. But you can also play G. So if you're more comfortable playing the G, you can replace your G7 with your G. In this song, G and G7 can be used interchangeably. And then we go back to C. Now the chord progression doesn't change. We consistently go C, A minor, F, G7, back to C, A minor, F, G7. And the only place it changes is in that part where the lyrics, we call that extra elephant to come and join us. That's the only place it changes. And then in that case, we skip the F and we go straight to the G7. Éléphant. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to play through it strumming just once on each chord. And we can sing along with that. I'm going to go really, really steady and slow. Just so we can place where the chords go. So if you'd like to sing along, this song starts on the note C. So you can find the pitch that you're going to sing on by either playing your C string, which is the second string closest to the ceiling, or if you'd like to sing it up higher, you can sing your C up here. Just play a C chord, and that top note where your third finger is in the 3rd fret on your A string. So that's the string that's closest to the floor. That's too high for me to sing, so I'm going to sing my low C. Un éléphant. All right, so we're going to start right on the downbeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Un éléphant qui se balançait sur une toile, 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 toile d'araignée. Il trouverait ce jeu tellement amusant qu'il appela un deuxième éléphant. Badoum, 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 doum, badoum, 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 doum, badoum, 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 ba. So I'll stop there for now. What I'd like you to try next, if this was too fast for you, then stop the video here and go and practice that chord progression with a metronome at a slower tempo until you can play at that kind of a speed. If that was easy for you, let's try putting in a beat. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically what we're going to do is after every chord, we're going to dampen our strings with a little bit of a percussive beat, like that. So it's not quite a chuck, but it's not quite a mute, because if we were muting, we would be muting with this hand. But we're going to add a little bit of rhythm into our tune. So we're going to go. And what this is going to do is this is going to help us to think about more things at the same time. So we're going to have to kind of divide our brain into compartments, and we're going to have to think about what this hand is doing, and we're going to have to think about what this hand is doing, and separate them out and challenge ourselves a little bit. All right, I'm going to go at the same tempo. So again, we find our pitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Un éléphant qui se balançait sur une toile, 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 toile d'araignée. Il trouverait ba-dum, 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 doom, ba-dum, 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 doom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Good, excellent. So if all of that is really, you've got that under your belt, it's really easy for you. The next challenge is we're going to start adding a little bit of an actual strum. So rather than keeping our hand at the waist and strumming with our thumb like this, what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to add a little bit of a strum. So make sure that you're pivoting from your elbow. Make sure that there's a nice straight line in your wrist here and that you've got a nice grip supporting thumb on that first finger there so that you're getting something that looks like this. And the strum that we're going to do is really simple. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And so what we're doing is we're keeping a pulse on the 8th note. So we're going to keep our same beat that we were doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But what we're going to do is we're going to put in the 8th notes, so the half beats in between each of those beats. And we're going to divide each beat into 2, which is going to be a down and an up. So what that's going to sound like is down, up, down, up, down, up. So if we go through our chord progression, that's going to sound like this. Basically 4 strums, down, up on each chord. So let's do it together. We'll do the first verse and the badoom badoom together. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Un éléphant qui se balançait sur une toile, 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 toile d'araignée. Il trouverait ce jeu tellement amusant qu'il appela un deuxième éléphant. Badoum, 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 doum, badoum, 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 doum, badoum, 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 badoum. So it seems really simple, but even just keeping that steady beat can be enough of a challenge. If you'd like to challenge yourself even more, what we can do is we can add a chuck into the rhythm. So we're going to keep our... We're going to add a chuck on every second beat. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we slow that way down, so we're going back to our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so really slowly, it's just the down, up, but we're going to add a chuck on the 2s and the 4s. So it's a pattern that's going to repeat. We're going to go down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do that a little bit faster. Until we are chucking on the 2s and the 4s. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's the strum. So if that's too difficult for you and you need to pause the video and practice just that, just remember 1 and 1 and 2, and that's all that repeats. So 1 and chuck, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. So just practice that slowly until you've got that comfortably. And then when you're ready to challenge yourself, put the chords in. And that should be a really good exercise, because now you've got the chord changes, you've got the strumming, you've got chucking, and you've got singing on top of all of that. So if you'd like to play along, it's going to sound all together like this. 1, so let's find our pitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Un éléphant So there's a lot of challenge in this video, so take it at your own pace. Don't overdo it. Don't add too much all at the same time. Steady as it goes, and you know where you're at. So go at your own pace and add the layers progressively as you need the challenge. But tackle one thing first, so get all the chords down, then add a strum and sing along. If that's enough of a challenge, then stay there. If you'd like to keep challenging yourself, you can try it with the different strums. But the goal is to have fun.